Hi guys, welcome to another Mystery Monday, or maybe welcome to a really scattered week. See you after the break. Hi guys, I apologize I didn't post last week, but I've been suffering with my mental health. I'm just overwhelmed with everything, and my anxiety is through the roof. I didn't want to leave you guys with no videos for another week, so I apologize if I'm a little scatterbrained and not really bringing my A game, but it is what it is. So my videos this week are gonna be short, and I apologize for that. I had previously planned on bringing you my most anticipated October releases today, but I wasn't able to do that. Yeah. But I promise it's gonna be here next week. Was it still early in October? I apologize for that, but it's what I can give right now. My luck is changing a little bit because my best friend got a getaway weekend with expenses paid by her parents to celebrate her 40th birthday, and it was for her and her partner, but something happened, he can go, and I was asked to step in. So hopefully I'll be in Niagara Falls on the weekend. I'll do a little bit of vlogging, and just being around a friend and nature will give me a boost for my mental health. This is neither here nor there. Today I am again apologizing for the way I am delivering things, but today I'm gonna bring you my October TBR. I'm just doing things a little bit different because I'm participating in 3 readathons that I'm super excited about. I will be talking to you about the books that I plan to read for each prompt in each readathon, and I'll link all the details for all the readathons down below. I highly suggest you sign up for them because they sound amazing and spectacular. Lame. But anywho, I will let you know the books that I plan to read for each readathon, but I'm not gonna give a brief synopsis on this video because anxiety, but also because I will do a wrap-up once I'm done reading all the books for these, so you can expect a wrap-up and my thoughts of each of these books. And at that time, so I'm not very repetitive, I'll go over the synopsis for the books. The first readathon I am so excited about, and I'll mention it first because it was supposed to be a September readathon, but it was pushed back. So it did start in September, the 20th of September. It runs for a month, so it ends on October 20th. So I already made some head start, but it is amazing. Oh, I didn't say it's a Breath of the Wild-a-thon. I am a huge Zelda fan. If you know me, you'll know that. I love Breath of the Wild. This had a mini round earlier in the year where you could win a glider that gave some people that were able to complete that, to me, the prompts, an advantage. And the advantage is the glider, and I'll get to it in a minute. So this is a team readathon. You choose whatever team you want to participate in, and we're gonna accumulate points, and we're going head to head. There's still time to join. This is the first one, but I'm assuming there'll be at least 4 that will be run yearly, and there will be a chance for you to earn a glider if you join now. You can either do it on your time or join the mini round that is gonna happen in the spring of 2022. So we have 5 main prompts. You are supposed to do them in order, and that's where the glider comes in. If you have a glider, you can do them in whichever order you want. There are also 3 bonus challenges that you don't need to complete in order to complete the readathon, but they might give you another crazy advantage next round. Who knows? Oh, I forgot to say before, I'm sorry about the audio, but I recorded this before and my mic wasn't working. So I'm just doing my camera because I want to get it done. So you can choose different teams. I chose Team Mifa. And the path that we are going to take is the Great Plateau. Everybody starts at a Great Plateau and everybody ends in the Divine Beast Varuta. Those 2 prompts are for everyone. It's the beginning and the end for this round of the readathon. Every team will also, through the path, have a blood moon. The blood moon is a randomly drawn card that will tell you what your prompt is. And then there are 2 specific paths or prompts for each team. So I'll go over my team in order, but keep in mind that because I have a glider, I can do them in whatever order I want. So I'll start with the Great Plateau. And at the Great Plateau, read a book that is out of your comfort zone. I chose to reread Into the Drowning Deep. I do have it as an audiobook right now. And that's the only book that I can think of that is out of my comfort zone because it's sci-fi, but out of my comfort zone, but not enough that puts me off. It is what it is. I don't read sci-fi, but this book interests me and I so happen to have it. Next on my path, I have the Blood Moon. I did my drawing and I got, I'll put a picture here, I got the Rusty Shield. So it says, read a book you've had on your TBR the longest. This is not a book I've had on my TBR the longest, but it is a galley that I've had on my TBR the longest. It's called A Caller's Game. It is a thriller, and I was approved for this audiobook on NetGalley, but I was approved the day before the book was archived, and I hadn't noticed that. So when I went to download the audiobook to listen to it and give my review, it was gone. And I'm a completist, and it's still sitting there as no feedback given, and I can't access it anymore. So I've been waiting to get a hold of the audiobook on my own time so I can read and I can review and I can get that off my list because I need to be at 100%. So that's what I'll read, A Caller's Game. Next, I will visit the Wetlands table. It says, read a book with gothic vibes. I am gonna read The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook. It is a fantasy. You notice I'm telling you the genre of the books. I'll get there, okay? But so I'll be reading The Lighthouse Witches, which I have started, and like you guys know, I love C.J. Cook, and this has all the gothic vibes. Next, I'm gonna visit my favorite people's domain. I'm going to the Zora's domain, and it says read a book with sirens/mermaids. So for this, I'm joining Into the Drowning Deep by Miracle. Can you double up? No, honey, you can't. Then why are you doubling up? Well, because every team has a special power. So you can choose a team based either on the prompts, on the power you might have. And this one allows me to use one book for 2 prompts. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I'm doubling up and reusing Into the Drowning Deep for the books with sirens and mermaids. Next, it is the last quest or prompt for everybody, Divine Beast Varuta, and is a buzzword challenge, water. So read a book with water on the title. And for that, I'm gonna read Psycho by the Sea, which is a mystery. So why have I been telling you the genres of everything? Because as part of the bonus challenges, we have a challenge called Weapon Connoisseur, which means that each book you read must be from a different genre. So I wanted to hit that one because I want to go for the bonus challenges as well. Another one of the bonus challenge is Eventide Island. Read a book in one sitting. And for this, I'll be reading Not a Happy Family by Cheryl Lapina, because I already know every single book of hers I read was in one sitting because you just can't put it down and it's easy to digest. There's one more, which is Dueling Peaks Tower. It says read a book centered around a rivalry or competition. I haven't chose the one yet because I just asked on the Discord clarification if the bonus challenge prompts also need to be from different genres. So before I choose that, I need to know if it has to be a genre or subgenre that I haven't read before on my main challenge. I'm really excited for this readathon. I love Zelda. It's life. And again, I will be linking the Discord, and if they have an announcement video, I'll link it down below as well. I highly suggest come join with me, guys. The next readathon I'm participating in is the Booktober Read-A-Thon. It is run by some of my favorite YouTubers. Please join this one. This one is also a team challenge, and they have three teams. I wanted to join all of them. One is mystery kind of based, the other one is thriller based, and there's a horror based. The horror based happened to be Team Zombie, which is my least favorite kind of Betty. I hate zombies, okay, but the prompts just scream October to me. The way it works is we have the prompts that we meet, we track the points, and we see who wins. So each team has 2 team books that if you read, you get twice the points, and that's on top of the previous prompts. For Team Zombie, it is The Night Will Find Us by Matthew Lyons. I have no idea what this book is, but I will get a hold of it. And the other one is one who's been on my and the other one has been on my TBR for a while, so this is a perfect chance to get to The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. My team's prompts are, I have 2 I don't have a book for yet. The first one is read a horror poll pick. When I get to it, basically just go into Discord or any of your socials. You put a list of books, and whichever wins is the one you read. Then we have read a horror involving a disappearance. My mind is blank. I can't think of any. So this is where you come in. Can you please recommend me a good horror that revolves around a disappearance? I really need help with this one. Next, read a book by a female author. So of course, I'll be reading Keko by Rachel Harrison. I already pre-order. Comes out October 5th. As soon as it's on my hands, I'll be reading that baby up. Read a horror with a skull or blood on the cover. For that prompt, I'll be reading We Are Where the Nightmare Goes, which is a horror anthology. It is the only book I own with skull or blood on the cover, so I'm going with that. Read a slasher horror. I can't think of anyone. This one might change, but as of now, I plan on rereading The Final Girls Horror Group. I first read it, but I read a library copy, loved it, and my own copy already came, and there was a lot of things that I wanted to annotate or mark, so I will just be reading it again if I can think of any other slasher books and annotating it for a change. And finally, read a horror with a black cover, and for that, I'll probably be reading it towards the end of the month, and I'll read Dracula's, which happens to be Rachel Harrison's book of the month for November, so I'll be getting a head start on that. You can also join her Patreon. I'll link it down below. And if this book's interesting you, come join us on her Discord, and we can discuss this book in November. Woo! Last but not least, we have the Spookathon. I will also link down below how to get to it, but it's basically another team-based horror, spooky, bookish that has actually this is really bad. I'll put the picture here so you can see. You basically have to meet the prompts in order to get to the end. That's very basic. Every team has its own advantages. I chose Team Spectral Shenanigans because it's basically for mood readers. If you are following a path, you can see here. If you're following a path, you have to follow that path. But with this team's advantage, for each line, I can read whatever book I want because I can skip houses. And I'm kind of a mood reader, so that's what I'm going with. So we have to pick a path to start, and I'm gonna start with a black cover. And for that, I'll be using Dracula's. Because it's a different readathon for some of these, I'm doubling up because I also want to read other things in October. Nothing wrong with that. After that, I will go for a translated book, and I'm reading the Moai Island Puzzle. It's a closed circle mystery that I love. It is translated from Japanese. 3 students go to this island with a lot of Moai statues. And all of a sudden they start dying. There's an impossible crime. Nothing to not love about it. I'm doing this, guys. Next, it says out of the options, I chose a book with 500 or more pages. And for this, I'm also doubling up with Into the Drowning Deep. If I'm going to reread that tome, I might as well make it count. Am I right? Yes. Next is Trick or Treat. For this, in the last prompt, I don't have a book yet. For Trick or Treat, basically pick a book that we really want to read, a book that you don't want to read, and you put it up there and without telling people in the Discord channel which is which, they will choose one for you, and you better hope it's not a book you don't want to read. And the last and final prompt to escape the haunted house is read a book after dark, which I always do. So that would be like the easiest, but unfortunately is the last one. And also it has a point system that is explained on the video that I'll link. And you need to reach certain points in order to move from one level to the other, or from one room to the other, and escape the haunted house. So this is what I had, you guys. No, don't go yet. I forgot something. Okay. So I'm recording this later because I did take a break to double check. Apparently my copy of Into the Drowning Deep has 496 pages. So we will knock out for the 500 plus pages, but that's fine. I've decided that I'll reread one of my favorite books of all time. One of my favorite witch books of all time, since I'm already reading The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook and Cackle by Rachel Harrison, 2 5-star predictions for witch books for me. So I will be rereading The Witching Hour for that prompt. Yes. And the cover is black, so I might change that on my horror, like with a black cover from my Spooktober, because after all, it's about 1,200 pages, so might as well make it count. But I won't regret. It will go in like a breeze. My physical copy is still with a friend that I lent before the pandemic started, so I'll just borrow the ebook from the library, but it's fine. So excited. Okay, peace. Well, thank you guys, and I'll be linking the books down below if you want to check the synopsis before my wrap up. I appreciate you being here, and until next time, be the hummingbird.